Hello and welcome to another episode of the Nerd Dad Podcast. Today I'm going to actually talk a little bit about the software that I use to record my podcast. Using software called OBS Studios. I'm still learning how to use it, so still a little new to the software, but learning some new stuff. It's actually a lot of fun. I'm going to kind of show you some stuff that's kind of cool. So, because this is stuff that I love to do. I love learning new things, new programs, new computer stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a few things that you can do with this by just I'm going to share the screen with you real quick. Okay. So this is what you guys see. So right here, this part right here is what you guys are seeing, and this is a preview of the next scene that would be coming up. So right now it's showing the previous scene that I had up. Okay. So I have here a couple of things that I had. I have one set up where I could do a split screen. So I had it set up where I could do two different cameras, but I can redo this. What I could do is I could take our current scene, okay, and I can add to it a display. Now we want a video capture device. That's what we're currently using for you to be able to see me. So we're going to do existing. Okay, and that's me. And we can do this. I'm going to kind of put it down here in the middle or out of the way. And now, here I am. So now, down here in the corner is where I am, and you can see me. So up here in the corner, the upper left corner is where you see the preview of that scene. So you can see that. Over here in the upper right-hand corner, you see the current window. But then down here in the lower right is where you actually see the live version of me, which is kind of cool. But the thing that I was actually learning how to do last night was, we'll just go back to, we'll get rid of this. You don't really need to see me for this. That was not what I meant to do. See, even I still mess things up here. Okay, so we're going to do window capture. So when we want to capture the window, what we do is we come in here and just tell it to, that's not what we want. Okay. Okay. Window capture. Create new. Okay. For some reason lately it's been doing this. I'm not really sure why it keeps doing this. But here we go. This is what I wanted. Alright. Yeah, this is not what I want. Okay, so instead of window capture, what we'll do is display capture. Here we go. Perfect. Now you can see everything I'm doing. Transfer over, and we're good to go. So what I was learning last night is the advanced scene switcher. So whenever I was making my videos, I had my intro scene that you see as a separate video. So I would record my videos, and then I would come in here to open shot video editor, and I would take uh, my intro video and the video that I recorded, and I would splice them together and then export that as an MP4 so that I could then upload it to YouTube. So what I did now is that I have here a scene that includes the intro for this podcast that just automatically plays it. But the problem I had then was I wanted it to, when I hit record, I wanted it to automatically start playing that video. And then when it was done, I wanted it to automatically switch over to the scene that I have set up, which is this one, which is the camera. So what I did was I came in here, and what it had was something called automatic scene switcher. So I came in here, I looked at it, and this seemed, I looked around at it, and it seemed very weird and convoluted the way it worked out. And I didn't feel like trying to figure that out. So I looked online and I found an extension called Advanced Scene Switcher that seemed a lot easier to work with, called Advanced Scene Switcher. And this works so much better, so much easier, and it's fantastic. Because what we have here is I create a macro, and the first one I did was this one, start recording. And it's so easy. So this one says if it's recording, okay, and then I can tell it if the recording has stopped, paused, running, or is running for longer than a certain amount of time. So I just have it set as if the recording is running, and then this is what I tell it to do. It starts playing either the media source or media source 2, because I have two different uh, potential intro scenes that I'm doing. Because I have another podcast that I've been toying with that has a different intro. So for the Nerd Dad podcast, I have this one which has media source 2, and for another one, I have this one, which just says media source. So that macro for that I named start recording, the second as soon as it sees that we are recording, it is automatically going to play any media that it finds named media source or media source 2. Okay, super easy. And again, under here, it's going to check for these conditions every 300 milliseconds. Now next, it has two other macros that I created that are basically the same thing. Okay, this one is the one for this podcast. And it starts out saying that if the scene is nerd intro, which is the one that we're looking at, and it says if current scene is nerd intro and media source 2 and the media source state is ended. So if that media source has reached the point where it's ended and it's been recording for more than 5 seconds, then it will move on to the next step. The reason I did that is because when I first start up this program and I come into this scene, once I click on this scene, it comes up into the preview here. But to get it over into this window, I have to hit transition, and it will transition into this scene. But when I do that, it automatically starts playing. Now I haven't started recording yet, but it automatically starts playing. So when it gets to the end of playing, now it's going to read that it's ended. So I don't want it to. That's the state that this macro is looking for. I don't want it to start. I don't want it to transition on me yet. So I want it to also look for whether or not it's been recording for 5 seconds. So if it's recording for 5 seconds and the media has ended, which of course, again, because of the recording macro should be the case, then the next thing it does is it does a switch scene program, which tells it to switch the scene to the nerd dad scene using a fade transition of 1 second. So basically, it's going to play this media source, and then it's going to automatically switch to this scene right here, which is the camera. And from there, anything else that I want to switch to, whether it be the browser scene that I have set up, which basically just shares my browser with you, or right now I have it sharing this scene, which is sharing a window with you, and so on and so forth. I can just do that myself by just bringing it up in the preview and hitting transition. That's what I was learning about last night. It's a lot of fun. Again, I love learning stuff like this. I haven't looked at the other stuff yet. There's other options here. Um, I haven't done any live streaming yet with this. I know YouTube does allow live streaming, but I have not done it yet. I don't know. I haven't set it up to do that. I don't know how live streaming works on YouTube. I know with OBS, which is what I use to splice videos together, makes things really easy. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really simple to do stuff. Because with this, I can really easily take, like, I don't have, all my videos have already basically been uploaded and therefore moved to another hard drive for space reasons, but I can take these two different versions of the intro and add them in here, and all I have to do is just, you know, take these two and put them in here, and now they're back to back. You know, I can splice them together like that. I can cut sections of them out if I want to. I know this is more, I said this was going to be more about OBS, and now I'm talking about an open shot video editor. But this is just kind of how I make my videos. You know, and this is how I go about it. Because again, I haven't done any live streaming, so if I were to do like a collaboration with somebody else, I would probably have to do, if I don't do a live stream, I would probably have to do two separate videos, one with them and one of them, uh, a video for them and a video with me, and then I'd have to splice the two together. Um, Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do uh, a collaboration with another person on here without doing a live stream. I'm not sure. I haven't gone that far yet, but that's just a little bit about what I've learned so far. Um, Again, there's all kinds of different things you can add here. You can add images, game capture. I haven't played with that yet. I'm gonna start playing with that. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like okay. It's kind of cool. I'm not really gonna do like I don't do a lot of PC gaming personally. I do have Steam, but I've never really actually played. I've never actually played a game on it. That's just I haven't played like on a PC in, God, it's been probably 20 years at least. I've just been more of a console player for a very long time, um, and more out of uh, necessity or convenience than anything else. Uh, I haven't had an actual desktop computer in, God, it's been at least 10, 15 years since I had a working desktop computer. And honestly, right now, one of the main reasons I don't have one is I don't have the space for it. I wish I did. Um, it used to be one of my favorite things was to build and to build desktop computers and keep them up and running. I used to love it, but I just don't have the space for it right now. You know, we have a 4 bedroom house, and all 4 rooms are almost the exact same size, and you know, the master bedroom, if you can call it that, we barely have room for. We don't have room for all of our furniture. Honestly, you know, the house we used to be in, we had more furniture in it, and we had to put some of it in storage because there's just not enough room for it in this house. We have a decently large storage unit, and it's overflowing in stuff that we just couldn't fit in this house. But that's kind of off topic. Um, but yeah, so this is the program I'm using. It's a lot of fun. Again, I haven't really learned everything about it yet. I haven't done a lot with the transitions yet. I mostly just use fade to black. Um, just honestly, I find fade to black to be the most the least jarring um, of the transitions. You know, but that's just me. I find cuts to be uh, kind of jarring. But that's that's my podcast for today. Just a little bit about the program I'm using and what I've learned so far. I really enjoy the I really enjoyed learning about this advanced scene switcher last night. I thought it was really cool that I could do that all automatically. Actually, last night I don't know if you noticed or not, but the I didn't really show you the transition one, but in this one that I played around with last night, I set it up not to this one I had set up for when to change the transition when the media was idle for 2 seconds, whereas this one I set up to change when the media had ended because I didn't realize I could do it when it ended. I did this just now. I did this about 20 minutes, about about 5 minutes before I started recording this. So about 25, 30 minutes ago. So I'm actually still learning about how to use this, So I'm actually going to change that now because that's actually a better way to do it. Because this way is more immediate, whereas the way I had it before, where it was idle for at least 2 seconds, means that there was 2 seconds of dead air before it transitioned. At least 2 seconds, because again, it only checks for these states. It only checks for these conditions every 300 milliseconds. Not that that's a long time, but still, that means 300 milliseconds plus at least 2 seconds of idle time before anything's happening. And that's unnecessary. But I didn't notice that option when I was learning about it last night. But these are the things that I do. This is whenever I start something new, like a podcast, I start to delve into the intricacies of the programs I'm using, and I start to learn how to use it and do the things that I can do. And it's a lot of fun. I haven't looked into different like filters that I could possibly use. I have no idea what I can do here. I'm sure there's fun things that I can do and make things better, but it's a work in progress. So yeah, if you know anything about this program and can help me learn, then by all means, please comment and let me know. If you know a website where I can learn more about it, I'm all ears. I always love learning more stuff. If you want to know more, if there's something you'd like to learn about this program, let me know in the comments, and I will. Again, I love to learn. I learn independently. I'll figure it out myself, and then I'll teach you guys. Just let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and again, comment let me know in the comments what you think, and if there's something else not related to this, if something you want to hear me talk about, just let me know. But that's where we're at, and I'm gonna be doing an episode. Uh, gonna be recording an episode sometime this week to for Star Wars Day. Sunday is May 4th. I'll be recording it ahead of time because I'll be spending May 4th watching Star Wars. At the very least, I'll be watching the original trilogy. I don't know if I'll watch anything beyond that. Um, I I am sorely behind on my shows. Uh, I know I haven't watched the new. I haven't watched any of the new season of Andor yet. I know there's at least 3 episodes out. Um, I haven't watched Skeleton Crew yet. I've heard good things about that. Pretty sure there's something else out there that I haven't watched yet. I don't watch any of the animated shows. I am not a big fan of that style of animation. So I don't watch it. So anything that's animated, I don't watch. Um, I'm sure the stories are great, but I can't get past the animation. It's not my thing. Um, but yeah, so that's that's what's coming up. We're gonna have a Star Wars episode coming up on. I'll post it on Monday or Sunday rather for May 4th, but I'll be recording it before then. And kids have asked me to do an episode on Animal Crossing because they're big fans. Oh, Alex is a big fan. Um, James hasn't played it at all. Well, that's not true. He played it a little bit about 5 years ago, but he hasn't played it since. And I play it. Um, so I'll probably be doing an episode on that sometime soon. So that's what you can look forward to. And again, like, share, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think and what you want to hear about. Until then, we'll see you later.